Okay, this is my story. Code enforcement. They wanted to fine us $587,000 for 2 properties because my husband had been collecting antique vehicles for almost 30 years. We're not talking junk, we're talking real antique stuff. We got 26 citations in 2010. Only 4 citations were actual citations. The rest were just 2001, 2002, 2003, of number 1, 2001, 2002. Yeah. The guy sits in my lawyer's office and wrote this out. Wrote him out 26 tickets. Okay, and what you were saying earlier, land cannot be treated as an ordinary asset controlled by individuals and subject to the pressures and efficiencies of the market. Private land ownership is also a principal instrument of accumulation and concentration of wealth, therefore contributes to social injustice. Well, I don't know about the rest of the world, but my old man worked his ass off for everything he's got. And that's how I felt about it. They violated our due process of state law. They violated the natural expansion state law. They did a takings without just compensation. They tried to override my vested interest in my property rights that are state law, vested interest in my antique vehicle collection. How this worked out is we spent 4 years in litigation, $250,000, and we kicked their ass.
Woo-hoo!
Easy targets, Mr. Corrigan. I loved the man to death. I was at his trials. I was at the day they auctioned off this man's property. I never in my life had ever seen a broken man until I stood there and watched him that day when they auctioned off his property. They wanted to originally fine him $1,578,000 for asbestos tiles in one of the trailers. They decided to take 9 cents on the dollar. Then they reduced it down to $143,000. The state and federal and local still count on your inability not to fight back because litigation is expensive. They pick easy targets because their planned development is coming and you're in the way. Examples need to be made to scare you into compliance. When we fine you so much that you can never pay it, that's the whole intent, is to fine you out of business, shut you up, break you. You guys remember the power grab with Andy Johnson over, what is it, Natrona County? I can't even say it correctly. $75,000 a day because he built a pond by all the state standards and engineers' requirements. EPA comes in and says, nope, you got to dismantle that pond. We still don't know how that's going to come out. Johnson says, I think they're trying to gain jurisdiction. They're trying to see if they can run over me, and then they will get into everyone's irrigation ditches and stock ponds throughout, not only Wyoming, but the United States. What did we just pass with the EPA? Now they can tell you about your ditches that hold a little water in them, or your ponds. They're coming for your water, boys. There's no doubt about it. But that's a sad story. And then what can we do? Hold city and county officials accountable for decisions on smart growth principles and speak out. Attend work sessions, budget sessions. Budget sessions to me is the most important because that's when they talk their dirty shit. That's where they start talking about what their plans are going to be. Public meetings, they throw that kind of stuff on the agenda item, and then they just go, well, agenda item number 111 pass. Agenda item number 222, you never know what it is. Budget sessions are held in the afternoons. They're like 2:30. Make time for them. You will not be sorry. Learn to read the paper. Visioning, consensus, committee, walkability, diversity, carbon footprint, urban growth area, vibrant, livable, high density, stakeholders, public-private partnerships, regionalization. All those are key words. Start getting on these boards and commissions. Infiltrate their organizations. Get in their committees and their groups. Planning and zoning. Run for office. We got to find some insiders on the inside that can tell us what's going on so we can help fight them on the outside. Don't be bullied. Stand up. Be vocal. There's the media, the radio, Glenn Woods, George, what's George's last name?
Frank George.
Yeah, Frank George. Bring attention to the matter. And always, always do not try to fight these guys without a lawyer. Do not do it. you are fighting a losing battle.